Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Coffee, Community, and Cocktails. I'm your host, Angela McFarlane, and I'm very excited to be here tonight, with three of the She's of the She Festival. Lynn Amelio from Former Strangers, Kristen Conrad from Basic Cable, and Pam Tees from Stella and the Voodoo Fish. So thank you, ladies, very much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. You're a front woman.
So
You're so awkward. You're all front women.
We're not used to being put on the spot.
Yeah, right? So it's kind of cool because we have a three-peater, which is Lynn. We have a two-timer, which is Pam. And we have a newbie, which is Kristen. And I got so confused when I first posted about it because I pictured you on our stage, right? So I'm like, yeah, she was here for She, and I knew that we had a conversation at She.
I was cheering.
Turns out you were in the audience.
Yes.
Okay. So she was in the audience for She. When she was on the stage, it was Tsunami Fest.
Right. Yes.
And
right.
our fall music festival, which, that was a good time. But you know what?
Fun.
It worked out.
Fun.
It was perfect.
It did.
It was a
It
great
did.
day.
That was like, I think, the first time, hopefully the only time you actually witnessed me fully melt down, because you walked in when I was in the kitchen sobbing.
But you recovered, and that's the thing to
And
do.
my band went on, and
Yes.
we finished the rest of the night.
And
We
then
were all
the
good.
bar, we opened up the bar, and it was all hands on deck. So, you know, this is the third year we're doing it, and it's the third time that I've had Lynn by my side for this, and that means the world to me, as you know, because it's funny. So I asked you to do it the first year, and you were like, yeah, absolutely, I'm in. And she came in and she rocked the house. And there was only 4 girls at that time. Then last year, you were in. We had your whole thing planned, and then you called me and said, I'm the godmother for my brother's daughter. I might not be there. And we were like, audible gasp and, you know, the whole bit. But
I squeaked in at the end.
you squeaked in at the end. Yes.
Watch, smiled.
Smiled, and then came in and did what you needed to do. And then I told this story on the podcast that we did with the boys. You know, I got a text from Aruba this last summer or last May, right? Michael Natalie was on vacation with Rita, his wife, and a bunch of friends, and Lynn was there. And I guess, you know, they had nothing else to do in Aruba that they decided to talk about me and the She Festival. And I get this text from Mike or you, I think it was from both of you, that said basically, Booch, we got you next year. We're taking over. You know, you basically can still hold it, but we're going to take care of everything else, because they just knew how to make it run more seamless, and I was trying to do entirely too many things. So Lynn has really been the musician wrangler for me this year. She's helped charting out who's singing what, and it's been really, really helpful. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Happy to do it.
Why do you keep coming back every time I ask you to do it?
Why wouldn't I? I mean, seriously. No, I mean, it's amazing. You can't not do this.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you. So you came back here too.
I did. I'm here.
I know. What's that?
I don't know. You asked, I said sure. And then you gave me a new song, and I said sure.
I did. And then you got to see it unfold last year.
I did.
And I think, did I or did I not say to you at the show, I'd love to have you in next year's show?
You did, and it was such an amazing event that
Okay.
I'm honored to be part of it this year.
Good. I'm glad. So what are you most excited about for the show? Is it your group songs? I know we haven't even worked on them yet, but is it your group songs? Is it showcasing a part of you that maybe people that go to see your band have not seen? Because you're all doing something. You're doing something very different than what you do with Former Strangers.
I am.
You're doing something completely different, which I'm here for. And
I have both.
You have both. You stepped up to the Jason McFarlane challenge.
I did. Actually, but this is my second year getting a challenge from you guys, because you asked me to do Sunday morning last year.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Because you know why? I'm a huge No Doubt fan. But I'm a Deep Track No Doubt fan. I don't want to hear Spiderwebs. I don't want to hear Don't Speak. They're fine. But like my favorite songs from Tragic Kingdom are the ones that were not hits.
And
right?
Excuse Me, Mister.
And Excuse Me, Mister. Yes.
There you go.
Yes. So I got
working,
super
boys.
excited by that. But when we were, and I told this story in last week's episode with the boys. Jason was doing all of his homework the week leading up to our meeting and had literally songs for each girl that he thought they should do. And you're actually doing one of them. Because you weren't sure. You had no idea what you were going to do.
I don't. I like to just be told.
I think a lot of it is too because we're all girlfriend song singers.
Yes.
That we do a lot of crossover. So
Correct.
it's hard to say, well, I want to do this song when 5 other of us do it.
Yeah. And we wanted, one of the things that was very important to us too was that we wanted it to be songs that are not on your
Repertoire.
your regular sets. So that was really cool. I think the biggest departure from what people are going to be expecting is coming from you. Right?
Because I'm not wearing a bow in my
You're
hair.
not going to have a bow in your hair. You won't have
80s.
You won't have your tutu on. No, you are. She's all 90s, right?
Actually,
wait.
So
Mystery Business is 2000s.
We are not.
I'm doing.
Sorry.
All right. Well, now you know. Everybody knows there was a Paramore song.
So I'm
They didn't know who was
doing
it.
one 70s song with Colette.
Oh right. Oh, I forgot about that.
I'm doing one of my, I guess, signature 80s songs.
Okay.
I'm doing a 90s song and then the 2000 songs, which
You
is
are
the
really
song that shall
covering
not
all
be
of it.
mentioned again.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and yours are a 70s classic,
Love it. Love the 70s.
right?
Sorry, Boston.
I don't know. I think he might hear this and be like,
a little louder.
"We're adding this to the
That's
former
all right.
stranger set list."
It's gonna be fun.
So and that song though that Jason picked for you, it literally sounds like it was made for you. It just fits your voice perfectly.
Yeah.
Cool.
So so we're super excited, and I'm really glad to have the three of you because when we started this, it was also sort of to mentor the younger musicians that hadn't been playing as much. Now those 3 girls, now 4 girls are blowing. I mean, they've got a schedule that's unbelievable. But it's really cool too because the group songs are mixing. I think Ava's in one with you guys. And then the Dynah girls have a group song that the 3 of them are doing because that's what everybody's used to hearing. But what I'm excited for is to hear them separate and see how the crowd reacts to that. Because that's not something that we see a lot. So what are you most excited about?
I just like the day. It's a fun day out. You get to see a lot of people. You get to see a lot of different people.
Yeah.
And, we don't get to see each other ever.
Right.
Because we're always playing on the same days.
That's
So
right.
It's kind of nice because we get to see each other.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. So I'm going to this is going to be spliced together. So the next time you see me, I'm going to actually look better. No, really. Really.
Or chopped liver.
No,
I know.
No, but this was late in the day. The next time I'm doing it is Saturday morning. I will be
Well,
fresh as a
Lily.
daisy. Besides, it's the Dynah girls. I have to look good. I already look like a dumpster fire. If I'm sitting next to those 3 and then Ava, I'll just look like raw sewage. I'll stand on the other side of the camera.
Oh my God.
I'll stand on the other side of the camera. So thank you again. It means the world to me. I hope that you are already thinking about your songs for She 4. I mean, you kind of are
We
too.
got it. We're good.
We got it? Good. All right, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
March 26th. All right. So we are back with 4 more of our beautiful performers for She Festival. Giovanna Pisano from Dynah. Kathryn Zacckey from Dynah. Ava DiFiore from Ava DiFiore. And Mikayla Montalbano from Dynah. So thanks, guys, for being here. And thanks for doing the show again with me. So this is year 2 for you, and the 150th time you've played our stage. Yeah. And it is year 3 for you guys. You guys have been with us since the beginning. So tell me what She Fest means to you guys individually and as a band.
You want to go first? I can go first.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like when I think about She Fest, that was kind of like what kickstarted us as a band. It was like the first place where we met a bunch of musicians from like the local music community. So I feel like it really was like a really important stepping stone for us as a band. This was before we even had all of our members that we have now. And we got Chuck and Uncle Russ to play with us. Mike Nat actually played with us because we didn't have a drummer yet. So I feel like it was really important for the beginning of Dynah. And also individually, it was just so cool to be a part of it and see all these other female performers. I feel like it was so inspiring for me. We always say, like, we were all taking notes the whole time, like, trying to figure out, like, okay, we want to do that, we want to do that. Like, there was just so much to learn and so many cool people to meet. So, yeah, it was really, really important for
Do you guys know, and I don't know if you remember this or if I've ever shared this with you, but you're the reason that I started the She Fest?
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So when you guys played here in November of 2020, and it was just the three of you, and we joke all the time about, you know, your bangs, and and these three girls,
Never speak of the bangs.
these three girls, I don't know. I mean, Ava's been playing here since she was 13 or 14. These three girls, you know, came in. Well, who came in originally? It was just the two of you, right?
Yeah.
And these two came in for coffee and records, and they were like, we have a band. And they were super shy and scared and timid. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm thinking, oh, sure they do. Like, they're going to be great. And they were like, no, we do all kinds of stuff. And I said, okay, well, send me a message on, you know, on Insta or hit me up, and I'd love to give you a shot or whatever. Not knowing that this was Russ Money's daughter. Because, you know, back then her personality had not fully developed and blossomed. And this is before Kathryn became Queen Z. This is when you were still just, I guess I can play guitar, okay? and I did not meet Gia at the time. But funny story, I've actually known Gia since she was in second grade.
I remember when you messaged us on Facebook, I was like, McFarlane? And like my childhood best friend is a McFarlane. I was like, I know your whole family. I was like, oh my God.
So like Gia was always with my nieces. And so, you know, we realized very quickly as we started peeling back the layers of the onion, that it was very inbred. And we already knew that it was that way with Ava because I graduated with both of her parents. And so anyway, when you guys played here, and I don't know, you know, shout out to anybody that was at the first Dynah show besides your family, right? It was just the three of them, and they stood on this stage. They did not move. There was zero. Yeah, they were. They literally stood like this. Kathryn didn't look up from her guitar.
I remember it was so hot on the stage. All our faces were my God.
Yeah.
And it was November, so it's not like it was really hot. You were just freaking out. So nervous. But I feel like I remember that moment in particular, and I'm sure it was right after you did Helplessly Hoping. So let me back up a minute. So they messaged me on Facebook or Instagram, and they're like, you know, we're from Dynah. You know, first I see all these last names that are this long, and I'm like, Montalbano, she's Russ's. Yes, Jake, can I help you?
Am I allowed to have this many pancakes here, and then we can have...
Yeah, you can have mini pancakes here. Thank you. So anyway, you guys posted, I said, do you have any videos or anything? And you either posted a video and it was sideways. It wasn't even the right way. I had to turn my head to watch it. Yep. They were so green. And you posted Helplessly Hoping. And I remember I sat in my bedroom and watched it and cried. And I went running downstairs and I said, Jason, those awkward little girls that came into the shop, I said, you got to see this. Because he was like, are they good? And I'm like, when I told him I gave you guys a show, and I'm like, I don't know, but they were cute. And, you know, when I played it, he went, holy shit. And I'm like, yeah, holy shit. So I think it was after you guys did Helplessly Hoping here, which was probably like the middle of your set or something. Yeah. And I looked around the room, and I still do this to this day, and I do it when you play too. People that have never seen you before, I watch them fall in love. They're like, this is ridiculous. Like, who knew that could come out of these voices. And I made this grand statement, this grand proclamation that I was going to create a female music festival, and you guys were going to be in it.
That.
Do you remember
now that you're saying it, I do remember
because I think you guys were like, oh God, we have to do this again.
We were like, oh my God.
Oh my God, I don't know what to do. But shout out to you for saying to me, can I sell my jewelry that day? Like, you were still so like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm a photographer. I'm
doing like a million things.
You were. I'm doing crafts. I'm doing this. Oh, and I sing. And so like not owning the fact that you're Gia Pisano, right, at the time. So then that then brought us to, starting to work out the kinks of she. And like I said before, the first show was just for artists. And yeah, you guys didn't have a band. So I was like, well, you said, and I remember you said, well, my dad will probably play bass for us. And then I think he did, right? You didn't know what you said? Do you remember this? You did? You had to beg him?
I begged him and begged him and begged him to do it.
That's funny.
And then he was like, oh, I don't know, like maybe. And at that point, Chuck said,
try to tell her to talk in the mic.
Use your mic.
Going like this. Like.
So, like so Chuck said yes. Chuck was like just getting into guitar.
Yeah, Chuck was what, 14, 15? Well, he's 18 now. 7, 6,
that was
15.
3 years ago.
Yeah, he was 15. He was 15.
That's crazy.
He was just a little baby. That's when you guys were all calling him Stevie Ray Char.
Yeah. And hadn't he only been playing for like
5 minutes?
Like not that long. He started playing like during COVID, right?
Like a year. Yeah. And he was like
pretty good.
Way better than I was when I was playing for a year. I'll say that.
Are you saying you're better than him now?
No, I'm saying no, that's not what I said. I meant he like.
Yeah, he took to
much farther than I ever did. Like
that quickly. Yeah, absolutely.
He took to it like so quickly.
Because I saw him kind of like you guys said. You guys were taking notes. So was he. Mm-hmm. He's watching Bill Bostic. He was watching. Yeah. He watched the other players that day.
Yeah,
and was just like, okay, I got and he absorbed the tips from everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, and now look at him. Doing a show-stopping Elvis impression. It's really, really good. So, yeah, so you got your dad, you got Chuck, but Joe was still saying, I'm not playing. I don't want to play.
Well, at that point, Joe was like, he just like didn't even think anything of it.
No, he's like, I make pizza.
Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah,
literally. He was so focused on working and like all of that, so it wasn't even on his radar, I don't think. And
didn't I say, well, let me ask, I said, I'm really close with Mike Nat. Let me ask him. And you guys were like, okay. And that first practice, you guys all came in. And again, you were like, I don't know what to do, where to stand. And yeah, you were starstruck by Mike.
We were.
Oh my God.
Starstruck by Mike Nat.
I remember before we came to practice here, we were like practicing for practice because we're like, we have to like do good. Like he's a professional. Like we have to come in and like we need to be ready.
It was so funny. Yeah. Meanwhile, Ava's like, he judged me in Julia's Joy, and Mike and I are old friends. It was fine. We go way back.
I was 13.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I remember Rita was here that first practice.
Yeah.
Such a cute practice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it was.
I don't think I'll ever forget it. And I remember like having Mike there made such a difference. Like he like forced us to like I think play those songs so much tighter.
He did. Yeah. He did because he knew what it should sound like, and I think he kind of, I think your dad was enjoying. He hadn't played in a while, and he was playing with a great. He was playing with a great player, and Chuck. It was just such a. Jake, okay, just ask them to give me 5 minutes. This is why I need help here, people, because I can't podcast and ring up the customers. Anyway, so that show was fantastic, and I think after that day is when you met Mel.
Yeah.
Right there in our hallway.
Mm-hmm. I will never forget that. I remember that so vividly. Me too. Yeah.
I'm like, Melissa, you need to come meet these kids, and I think she said, well, Ange says you guys are good. Do you want to play next Sunday? And you were all like, and then if I'm not mistaken, Michael was standing over in the corner with Rita selling raffle tickets, and I said, go it. You looked at me, you're like, do you think he'll play? And I said, Go ask him.
I'm like,
And you would run over, Mike, will you play with us next Sunday at the Rib House? And he was like, yeah.
yeah, we're so excited.
And then from there on, and then Joey joined after that, and you had Peppers, and you just started playing everywhere.
It just happened I feel like it happened so organically and so quick. Like
it did.
It just like spiraled.
And then when you look at your schedule for this year, holy crap. You guys are playing venues that you've never played before. You're going to be playing to bigger and bigger crowds. Your schedule is well, we've talked about this. I don't know when this kid's going to sleep. Between working, playing, launching your own kind of,
and going to school
business and going to school. I mean, and you're in school and a rock star, and you work full time in a rock star, and you work ridiculously long hours in a rock star. I mean, it's a lot. But when I asked you to do the first year for you had something going on that day.
I was working.
You were working. Yeah. So I made sure that I got you early in for the following year.
A couple months after
the
first she happened, you were like, okay, this is when the next year.
So I'm like, tell Steve you need off.
Yeah.
You cannot work that day. So you came in, and we talked about this in your podcast. You came in knowing the adult players.
Yeah.
But not your peer players, right?
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool because you'd already, you'd been playing with Mike and doing Nat Attack shows.
Doing that since I was like 14.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it was really cool.
Yeah.
I'll give her to her. Okay. She's pretty good at projecting. So
thanks, guys.
Yeah. So this year, when we did our songs, right? You're all doing things that are different than what people are used to hearing you do. You have what I consider to be one of the showstopper songs. It's going to be a side of Ava. First of all, you're going to see Ava without her guitar and without her keyboard. And she's just kind of going to be in front woman mode for a song. Yeah.
It'll be fun. Like it's cool to kind of do that.
Yeah.
It's so different from what I'm used to doing. I mean, aside from when I do stuff with like Hot Sauce Junkies and that, like it's exciting. And
it is.
Play, like with the people in the band too. It's just like that's a whole nother thing. Like they're so awesome and they're so like tight and they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're so good that it's gonna be
amazing. And what another cool thing you're gonna see is Queen Z without her guitar.
Yes.
Is it going to make a surprise appearance or no?
I don't know. You just have to come and
sing. Yeah, so the Dynah girls all picked songs that show a different side of them. So Dynah, they are going to perform their group song. They're going to do one song together, but it's important that you are here to see each of them individually and each of them owning the stage and each of them doing songs that show you a different side of who they are. We're going to see a very different Gia, a very different Mikayla. I mean, without the guitar, but the song you're doing is like made for you.
Yeah.
There's not a better song in the world.
It's so good.
Thank you. Well, am I allowed to say like?
You can, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, like, it's a Tedeschi truck song. And, like, I feel like Susan Tedeschi is, like, my biggest, like, vocal influence. So I feel like, a lot of Tedeschi songs, I feel like just, like, fit my voice. Or, like, I feel like I, like, mesh with her voice very well. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I love singing Tedeschi truck songs.
I think it's amazing. Yeah. So was there ever any reservation when I said you're going to come back and do She 3?
No. Pretty sure as soon as She 2 ended, we were like, all right, when's the next one? When's
all
the
right.
date?
Well,
tell us.
Well, lucky for you guys, last night at happy hour, Mike and I were sitting at the bar talking about She 4.
She 4.
And we've got songs already on the schedule.
Are they picking?
Well, we have some surprises for She 4. So
I'm so curious to see like, what they pick for everyone.
Right?
Yeah.
So come to She 3 and And if you haven't been before, which, this is probably going to be the biggest crowd that we've had because it's really gained a lot of momentum and people are looking forward to it. And people asked last year, when's the next one? Because it's a fun day of music, of women empowerment, and it's an unbelievable cause that we're all supporting, showing these women of, these survivors of domestic violence that they have a community that has their back and we care about helping get them and their kids back on their feet and start their lives over. And, and I know the band, I think we have a representative from the VC. Oh, we have 2 representatives from the VCB band. Come here. Come here, both of you. Well, the only 2 that are currently here. I promise they don't live here. Well, Sausage practically lives here.
Yeah, here all the time.
How excited are you for these 4 young ladies?
Oh, totally excited. They're so talented, beautiful, and it's just fun watching them, and just love your voices. I mean, everything. The harmonies. Harmonies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Killer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And seeing where they came from. Seeing where each one of them came from.
Oh, yeah. Well, you have a very different relationship with all of them.
Ava when she was 13.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the girls, when before they even had a band together.
You were the OGD, the OG drummer.
Yeah.
You were BG. Well, that doesn't sound right. I was going to say BJ. You were before Joe.
Before Joe.
That didn't come out right. Sorry. You're all over 18, though, so sorry, Russell.
No, but it was great to see where the Dynah girls came from.
Oh, yeah.
And to see where they're at today.
Yeah.
And Ava also, just seeing how they're coming into their own.
Yeah.
And they're such great singers. You know what I mean? It's a blast.
And it's funny, we talked last night and I asked them, like, off the record, what are some of the favorite songs that you guys are doing? And all of your songs were included in that. They were like, oh, I can't wait for this one. I can't wait for that one. I can't wait for this one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, you turned them on to a whole new version of a very popular song. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yours is a totally different version. You're doing one that Mike Nat asked you to do. You're doing it for him.
More Mike Nat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you taught all these 50-something-year-old men had never heard of the person that Kathryn's doing, and now they're all like putting it on their phones, like this song's freaking killer. Yeah,
it's a great groove.
It is. She
does it well. They all do them
but that's what music does. Music transcends age, transcends gender, transcends your economic status, and all of these people are learning from each other and continuing to grow. And so, again, I'm very excited. Good.
I was just going to say, the best part is how they came to us and said, listen, this is how I want to do this.
Oh, yeah.
This is how I want to do this song. Not like with her, with their songs were pretty much close to the record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
These two.
When Gia came in with her song, it was like, she added a couple things to it, and it's great because then you're watching them grow.
Yeah.
They have their own thing. I want to add this. I want to add this little accent. And that's really cool to see. Music, you know what I mean? And then
how about Mikayla going, you know what? She just turned around last week and goes, can we slow it down a little bit? And I was like, whoa, look at her.
Yeah, and that's what we want.
Look at her.
That's what we want. We want to be told
this
is how we want to do this song because we're backing the women up.
Yeah.
So if that's how they want to do it, that's what we're doing.
What's funny to me is we were just, I don't know if you heard us while we were talking about the first She Fest, though. They were looking at you for all of their cues and everything. She Fest 1. Now She Fest 3. Now She Fest 3. They're like, Mike, I need you to slow it down.
Yeah.
Listen, I need you to slow it down. Jane's going, I need this part. I want this part.
Yeah, I'm like, ready?
Boom.
Yeah.
And
Mike's
awesome.
like, oh, okay, I can do that.
Got it. Yeah. And looking at him, we got Mike. We got this. We're like,
that's right.
Got it.
But you guys make it such a comfortable space for us to feel like we can be creative and like give our input and be like, we want to do it this way and like
awesome.
make it our own. Like you guys make us feel comfortable to do that. So
it's been the combination of you all getting your confidence and growing, and then us being there to support you, and then you're the ones who tell us what to do because it's your songs.
Yeah,
and that's what we're here for. We're not here to be look at our band. We're here
for you.
Uplift you guys and do what you guys want to do.
Well, and there's so many cool collabs too, like with the group songs. Mm-hmm. Like you're getting to sing with 3 other musicians. You know, one is super seasoned and plays all the time. Two are newer performers, and I think that's pretty awesome. You guys took a whole new twist on a song that everybody knows, and you put your Dynah on it, which is very cool. You know, you're backing vocals for another performer, so it's I cannot wait for next Sunday. So next up, we're going to have Colette, Maureen, Kathleen. Is that it? That's all I'm missing, right? I did the other three. Oh, and Natalie. Sorry. Yeah. So the next segment is going to be the last four ladies of She. So make sure that you come out on, by the time this airs, it'll be Friday. So this Sunday, the 26th from 12 to 5. From 12 to 5. It is a free event, but please bring a donation off the wish list. Right now, we're really looking to get diapers for them, and also gift cards, Uber, Lyft, Target, Amazon, grocery store gift cards. The Laurel House likes to present the women gift cards because it puts a sense of ownership back in their hands, lets them make decisions on what they're going to purchase for their new home. And after they've been stripped of so much, it's important. So, and the community really rallied and brought in a lot of the other supplies. So that's kind of what we're targeting. And buy our raffle tickets. Our lovely raffle ticket people will be selling again, Linda and Rita, and we're going to have food specials. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
You're welcome. Hey, everybody. Okay, we are back now with two more of our wonderful She Fest ladies. Maureen Stanko from Yumi and Reenie, and Kathleen Hoult from the Hot Sauce Junkies. So thank you, ladies, for being here.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So, Kathleen, this is your first year doing this. Why did you agree to this? When I reached out to you and asked you if you wanted to be part of it, why yes?
Because it's you. But there's so many talented women that I wanted to be part of that, and the Laurel House, I appreciate everything that they do. So I wanted to
be part of that.
That's
awesome. You've been with me since the beginning, just like the girls from Dynah and just like Lynn. So why do you keep coming back?
I keep coming back because I am dedicated to Barista Jake and you and your cause.
Aww.
That's why. Also Laurel House. Yeah. I mean, those other things matter just as much to me. Like,
absolutely,
with these amazing women and the Laurel House and the cause. But it's also because my heart's just very dedicated to this place right here, what you do.
Reenie's been with me since the beginning of Barista Jake, too. She's always been there whenever we needed somebody to come in and do kids' music for our Halloween parties or our Christmas parties. And, her kid works here. Kenny is our little rock star, so that's awesome. Isn't it cool to see how it's grown?
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, our very first she meeting 4 years ago or 3 years ago was...
It was only 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because this is the third one. Right. Okay, so 2 years ago. We were like, okay, so you come in and sing and you come in and sing, and there was really no structure to it. You had your band, Dynah. We actually created the band around Dynah for them to have somebody. And, Regina had, Mike was the house drummer, but Regina had I guess, BJ played and Ron played, right? And Bostic. Yeah, she did. Okay, because Bostic played that first year, too. And then Lynn, of course, had Former Strangers. So then last year, again, you had, your brother was here. You had a bunch of special guests, and that's all great. But the reason that we needed to streamline it this year and make it just one backing band, it just makes sense from a time perspective. I mean,
there was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on last year. Yeah, it was a little overwhelming, right?
It was.
So this is I think a better show for the fans that are coming out. We met and we had our meeting about what songs everybody was going to do, and you knew yours right off the top of your head, right? Mm-hmm. You didn't really make much of a change. You were going to do the original that you wrote for Nikki, but just because of time constraints, that didn't happen. But hopefully we can showcase that next year. And you struggled.
I did.
picking your songs. Why was that so hard for you?
Because there's so many.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure what would be appropriate.
Sure.
Wouldn't. So it took a little bit of time. So I know I gave you 4, and then I changed it. And then I changed it again. I probably want to change it again.
Well, it's a little late, sister. The show's on Sunday.
I know.
These guys have gone so above and beyond what we could have possibly expected from them and asked of them. Yeah. They've been here every Monday for the last 2 months. Now it's every Monday and Thursday for the last couple weeks. Is Mike not wearing a flannel? Snazzy. Sorry, you distracted us.
You got all dressed up. You're all duded up.
You distracted us. And look, Duva's not dressed like Mr. Rogers tonight.
Oh my goodness.
Mike Duva came in his work clothes last week, and he literally looked like he was ready to change his shoes and be our neighbor.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was cute. So, what are you most excited for Sunday?
What am I most excited for? I think just seeing everybody. I'm hoping to get here for the whole thing.
I hope so. Well, you have to be because you're in the end.
Oh, I know that, but I mean, we put me in the middle.
Oh yeah, we did put you in the middle. Yeah,
not home, but I think I have a home health aide who's able to come.
That's
so that way
good.
Everything. My husband, I've been going a lot lately.
Well, it's funny because Kathleen's in the same situation. So the three of us and Pam is also an autism mom. But the three of us, that's one thing that I think we've all bonded over. And the conversations even today, Reenie's going, how long am I going to be there? Because my husband and Nikki and I needed coverage. And Kathleen was asking, I need a time frame. So, we're very... Obviously, we want this to be a great show, but we're also very respectful of these ladies' times, and their first priority is to their children and making sure that they've got coverage. So I appreciate the time that you're here. That's why I'm going to do Natalie later, because I want you guys to be able to practice your group song, which I have no doubt is going to be amazing, the one that you're in. I am so excited to see you sing your group song. We're not telling people what it is, though.
Okay.
Because it is such a departure for Reenie.
Kind of. My band does Happy by Pharrell Williams, and I sing it. You wouldn't have expected that, would you?
Yeah.
I even have a Pharrell Williams hat.
Of course you do. Of course she does. Raise your hand if you're surprised that Reenie has a
Rib House. I used to play the Da Vinci's. It doesn't seem like a ribby song.
It's not a ribby song. It's not a ribby song. All right. So next we're going to have Natalie, and that's going to actually, we're going to have Natalie, and we still have to have Colette, but unfortunately Colette is sick tonight, so if I am not able to get her, at least even on FaceTime before this airs, we'll have a special episode with Colette. But I want to thank you both for taking time away from your families, your other bands, your jobs to do this, for promoting the event. It means a lot to us, and we're super excited to have you again, and I can't wait till She 4, because wait till you see what the boys have planned for you guys. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll be back. Hey, everybody. We are back with our final two performers from She 3. Colette from... I hate that. Colette from Atomic Blonde.
And the Sneaks.
Which, I don't know... I'm looking at you, talking to you. I don't know if you know this or not, but when I did the boys' podcast, I called them Atomic Blonde and the Snacks, because apparently I was hungry.
It could happen.
Right? And Natalie from Lobster Top Martini. So thank you guys very much for being here.
Thank you.
So this is year 2 for you.
Yes, it is.
Why did you agree to come back and do it again?
Because it's Angela and Jason.
Aww.
And it's a great cause, and I always try to lend my talent wherever I can for a great cause, and you are all about that.
I love that. Thank you. Well, this is year 1 for you.
Yeah, first one.
What do you think so far?
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Yes, and I really appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, my God.
Yes, and everybody's wonderful here, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What went into picking the songs that you picked this year? What was your thought process?
For me personally?
Yeah.
Well, I try to pick songs that are not on my normal set list, that I get out of the comfort zone a little bit. And that was kind of my thought process, to try different things with a different band, and you know what I mean? So it's really out of my comfort zone.
Let me ask you a question. Is it weird for you to be singing without sort of your security blanket on the drums?
Yes. My husband is,
Have you ever played without him?
No.
That's unbelievable.
No, this is the very first time.
For Mike Nat
yes, it is. It is.
Wow. Yeah, because last year we had Ray sit in with
Yes, he did.
This year we went to the house band model, which, you saw last year there was a lot of up and down and back and forth and change. This makes it for a much smoother
transitions.
It does,
yeah,
I think it's going to make for a higher quality show for the people that are coming out.
Absolutely.
What went into the songs that you picked? Because your songs, two of the three of your songs, really are stretching the band in a way that they've never played before. I can assure you, one player has never played one of the artists that you're doing.
All right. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah, that's Tracy.
Yeah.
Because he's Mr. Metal, and so to do one of the artists that you're doing is completely out of.
Hey, we rocked it up.
God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, that's it.
There you go.
A Whitney Houston rock tribute band.
That's it. I think that's awesome. What are you most excited about performing?
Seeing everybody else perform, I'm excited about that. I'm excited, like I said, about having this opportunity just in general. But yeah, just to experience it. I'm just excited. It's going to be fun.
It is
oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
You have a couple, you're not really alone except for one song, because you've recruited another one of our ladies to sing with you on one of your songs.
Yes.
And then you guys are doing a duet.
Yes. Well, I'm going to tell you what happened with the duet.
Okay.
First of all, I just want to say thank you again for having us, and I'm honored again. And you have to remember, I have not been doing this that long.
Right.
I've only been with my band for 3 years, technically. So I've never really sang before with the band until Atomic Blonde and the Sneaks. Not the Snacks. They are the Sneaks. So for me...
That's your cover band. Your cover band is and the Snacks.
Girl, and I was hungry. That's all I have to say.
I get it. I do. I'm always hungry. So for me, for Kristen to come last year to see me, we're like a... It was just amazing to me that she came here.
Absolutely.
And she specifically said, I came here to see you, and I was like floored.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to me, the people that come out to see me. And I'm every show, I'm like blown away. Sometimes I have to take a step back and say, Ray, really? Like, is this happening right now? So when you had said that Kristen was going to do it this year, originally we had, I think it was 4 songs.
Yes.
Okay, so I was going to do 3 on my own, and I was always going to have her as a duet with me.
Correct.
As kind of like a thank you and bring her along in. So then when we were cut back, she was like, oh no, do you want to just, I said, oh no, you will get my 3rd song. I am not cutting that. So that's how that happened.
And then one of your songs, you didn't like the way that it was coming about.
Yes.
You were like, oh, I'll just do one. And we were like, no, you will not.
Did I try to?
Absolutely not.
I didn't want to, I felt bad for the band, and yeah.
What's funny is I kept thinking that Kristen was here last year because I remembered seeing her in the audience.
Yes.
That's actually when I approached her and asked her to participate this year. But I was getting it mixed up with her performing with you at Tsunami Fest.
Yes. She was a huge part of the Tsunami Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our music festival that we had back in September of 2022, and
hey, I'll tell you what, it was still an amazing time. And here we go again with Ray, my husband. My snacks were not available.
Your snacks were not available.
So we went to the backup snacks.
That's right.
And they weren't available. And I'm texting you as we're going along, and I'm like, Ray will make it happen. I promise you. The man has never said no to me, ever, in almost 34 years. So.
Jake sighting.
Hi, Jake. There he is.
What do you think of all these wonderful ladies singing for us? Yeah? What do you think of all of the great guys in the VCB? All right, leave her hair alone. Wow.
It's a weapon.
It's a weapon. Crush on Natalie.
Yeah, so that Tsunami Fest turned out to be,
yeah,
an amazing time.
What did we do? We pivoted.
Yes.
We pivoted.
We pivot.
That was that could have really just destroyed me because I remember Kristen walked in the kitchen and I was sobbing uncontrollably because I was like, how much more can I take? But you know what? Then we moved the party inside and it just was
Phenomenal. It was a phenomenal time. Yeah, absolutely.
So again, thank you both.
Thank you
For participating.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you know that we've already got plans for She 4. Ron has some very specific plans.
Okay.
That he can't wait until this is over to tell you guys what they are.
Oh my goodness.
And I love that. I love that. So,
Yeah, I love him to death. What a bass player.
Right?
Yeah. What a band. What a band. What a band.
Exceptional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
for me to be that comfortable.
Absolutely.
Oh, right?
Michael Natalini, I love him to death.
And then making my dream come true and having Dynah harmonize for me.
Right.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my God! When she
My
was
dream.
here for practice, she was doing one of her songs, and she said, she was like real shy about it. She's like, "Do you think that Dynah would sing backup?" And I said, "Well, I'll ask them." And they were all instantly like, "Yeah, 'cause Ava's doing it too." And she was like, "Oh my God!" She actually twerked. Yes, that was her celebratory twerk.
My celebratory twerk.
That's amazing. That's what it's all about, you know?
Awesome.
Amazing.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you,
for
Angela.
tonight,
Thank
for
you,
staying
Jason.
late to finish this podcast. It's going to be out, tomorrow at noon. So
Great,
we've got
great.
some editing to do, but thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
enough on the ladies of She 3. We will see you on Sunday from 12 to 5.
March 26th.
March 26th, Sunday, March 26th. Remember, bring gift cards off of the wish list, and I'll post it below. That's what they still need. We've got a lot of other good supplies. Bring your money so you can bid on some of these raffle prizes and the 50-50. We've got great food menu stuff that I came up with. I can't talk. This is why I should not do these at,
We're doing great.
this late at night.
Let's go.
And, yeah, exactly. And 20% of everything that the Coffee Closet does in terms of food sales that day goes directly to the Laurel House, and 20% of any sales at Vinyl Closet goes to Laurel House too. So thanks, guys. We'll see you Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you.